Yes, ladies and gentlemen, have we got time? I haven't done the dubstep intro. Wait for it. Now it is. Now I can start. Hey, it is the 2022 version of September the 5th. And we're back here at the Spurs Talk Show for Game Night Tottenham. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We got limited time. We have got loads of time, really, but really there's a lot of people here. So we're going to be getting into it. I'll explain the rules as we go. There are no rules. There's only a couple of rules, but those rules are going to change and flip-flop as I decide as the show goes on. Such is the power that I hold in my hands. Hope everyone's welcome. Hope everyone's feeling up for it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take that noise down and tell you that the Spurs Stalk! I've already thrown it out twice! Yes! Love it when I make a mistake in the first 30 seconds. And then another one. Ladies and gentlemen, the Spurs Talk Show. It starts right now. Lovely touch from him though. Harry Kane, Lucas Moura, can you do something, please? Last chance, Matt Doherty! Oh, you shite! There could be from the dead to the don't fuck it up now, don't fuck it up! Go and win it! Let's go! Last chance! Stephen Bergwijn through! Win it, Stephen! Come on! Yes! He's won it! He's gonna win it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! We did it! It wasn't supposed to start for a second time. I don't know what happened there. There's already all sorts of problems. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Game Night Tottenham Hotspur, where at the Spurs Talk Show, we play games. And because it's nighttime, I called it Game Night. And because the questions are all about Tottenham, that's why I called it Game Night Tottenham. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get the guests in. Let's see who's there. Because we're bringing back the fun. I want to start by saying that if anyone gets out of hand today and doesn't follow the rules, you're going to see this noise. Order! Etc. You know how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out who's at the door. In order of first come, first served to the show this evening, please welcome my man from across the pond. Well, there's two men from across the pond today. I'm just going to call them Yank 1 and Yank 2. No, I wouldn't do that. Let's call them Colin and Jacob. How you guys doing?
I'm good. Is that a Richarlison face next to you, sir?
No, it's not.
Oh,
if you're talking to me, no, it's not, Colin. But how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Sean, you doing well also? You doing well?
I'm doing very well. I'm wondering whether I've stepped back to like 1997 with Jacob's 720p internet connection. What's happening with your camera, buddy?
Is it bad? Is it real bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I could just about make you out as a guest.
I know. I was like, hold on, what is that face next to him?
Let me work on that. I'll work on that for you.
All right. Let me see who else at the door. Back across. See how we were politely giving the knocker to the Americans. This time they're going to smash the door down. No, we're not. We're going to do the doorbell. Who's at the door? We're going to bring in 3 more guests for you. See that? We're going to try and get this real swift. I'm not going to spend forever saying hello to everybody. I'm going to bring him in. Here, welcome to the show, Mr. Alex, Mr. Daigle, and Mr. Ranji Torino. How you guys doing?
Big up, people. Big up, people. What's up, Nick, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, boys. I'm good. Yeah, I'm just wondering how many more mistakes you're going to make, Sean.
It's a shit show, isn't it? It's the Spurs
show.
Yeah,
it has. It set the tone for the stream, right? So that's fine.
Jacob's looking better now, because before I couldn't tell whether I was talking to the cello or to a human, because the long brown hair, it kind of all blended.
It's probably better to talk to the cello, to be completely honest.
No, cello is wise. It's a wise.
Might get more out of it than me.
Yeah, 100%.
He supported Spurs for a long time, the cello.
All right, before we get going, because I do want to get into this pretty rapido. I'm just going to say hello to a few people in the comments, and then we're going to get going. First, we've got to say hello to Lynchy. What's happening, Lynchy? Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Ilyas is also in the house. What's happening, Ilyas? Good to see you. My man John N is in the house. Evening, Sean, and everyone in the chat. Back from holiday. Binge watch streams I've missed. Keep up the good work. Nice one, my man. Where did you go? Let us know where you went. I'm sure it was somewhere tasty. Big up, Sean and all says, Nigel Watson, what's happening, my man? KJ Hotspur's in the house. What's happening? KJ says, good evening. Good evening, sir. David Clark's in the house. Hi from Leicester. Let's talk the Viking Højbjerg. What a player. He is a player. He really is coming into his own. We've got Phil in the house. What's happening, Phil? He says, big up, Sean. What's that? We are still unbeaten. Come on, you Spurs. Future is bright. Future is lily white. Indeed it is, my man. Luke Price is in the house. What's happening, Lukey? If Carlsberg did weekends, hey, yeah, man. What a weekend. What a weekend. Craig Bowler's in the house. What's happening? Am I muted? I'm not muted.
You were. You were when you came back.
I came back from where?
The intro.
How long was I muted for?
About 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
A bit more than 2, between 2 and 10 seconds.
So you probably didn't hear the 4 mistakes I made in that particular period of the...
Right. We just heard you say 2 mistakes already,
okay.
With no reference to what they were.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, what? The entire opening gambit? I was muted.
No. Just when you came back from the credit and into the next up to 10 seconds.
For crying out loud. What a silly start. I'm out of practice, you see. I haven't done a stream for a few days. Craig said the house was happening. Craigie Mix in the house as well. What's happening, Mix? Good evening, Sean and Co. Good evening. Jeff, THFC, said big ups, everyone. Big up, Jeff. How you doing, my man? Athens. You went to Athens. Lovely, mate. Lovely. Were you there for the history or for the sunshine? What were you there for? It sounds delicious, though.
Both.
Very, very cool. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you right now. We've got the scoreboard here. Throughout the night, if anyone makes any sensible points, I will be ad hoc giving them. If you hear the noise, ding, ding, it means that you've got yourself an extra point. I've just clicked on it. It didn't work. Also, at some point, this is terrible. It's an absolute shit show. At some point, this should be able to go to start being played. There you go. See, I'll give you the 60-second countdown as and when necessary. I might give you 2 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on how generous I'm feeling with our time. But before we get to any of that, the real start of the show is we're going to be playing Wheel of Fortune. If you remember Wheel of Fortune, guys, we did this before. It's quite simple. Here are the rules, right? So I'm going to be spinning the name and it's going to land on somebody. I then spin it a second time. It's going to land on somebody else. The first name that comes up has to defend the argument. Whatever side of the coin it lands, whether they agree with it as a Spurs fan or not, they have to do their job as an arguer, as a debater, and put across the point. And then the second name has to take the other side and say, this is why Ranjit was a complete idiot then. He forgot about this or he forgot about that. And the better you do, the more points you shall get. There's also 100 different topics here we can talk about. We're probably only going to get through a handful of them, but there's some nice ones in there that hopefully I haven't fixed anything. I promise.
We'll see. We'll see, Sean. We'll see. Sorry,
I just thought of a way you could easily fix it, but I won't.
I just want to say, before we do anything, Sean, I know it's your stream, but this is the first time I've seen someone since something big in their life happened. So I just want to say to everyone in the comments and everyone here, can everyone just congratulate the new Mr. and Mrs. Collison Wright? As Nick, Barry, Sean, Phil, Grant, they'll put on a show for you. got married on Saturday, so big up my brother. Much love. Wish I had been there. Years and years and years of happiness, mate.
Why can't I give you
absolutely.
Congratulations. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm trying to put you up.
You are having a mare, Sean.
I can't put you up. I don't know what I've got. What button have I got to press to put you up the top? It's so annoying. I don't know what I've got to do. Congratulations, Bazza. Congratulations, my man.
Cheers, guys.
How are you feeling?
Appreciate the love.
Has it changed you at all?
No.
I think you're going to have to get better about falling asleep.
Yeah. No, he's got an excuse.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised to know that I went to bed at what was it, about 1 a.m. on Friday night, followed by about 3:30 a.m. on Saturday night. So, and I didn't fall asleep once. So
I'm proud of you. See, it's being married. It changes. You know what I mean? That,
Thank you.
like a
Priorities,
flipped. Yeah.
Responsibilities as well. You know.
Yeah, it's hard. Proud of you, man.
The old ball and chain is now firmly attached for the rest of your life. I love that. Congratulations, my man.
Thanks,
one less bit of competition out there for me. Lovely jubbly. All right, guys, we're going to start with a little game before we get into the round the table thing. I'm going to start with this particular game just to find out how everybody's feeling about the start of the window. This isn't a quiz. This is just more of a get to know you. So how are we doing? Happy enough? Colin, I'm going to start with you, my man. 6 games played in the 6 games played in the season thus far. Only one of 2 teams undefeated, but the window wasn't to everyone's cup of tea. Where do you sit, just generally, my man? And I am going to start giving points out. I have decided I'm going to give points, but you're not going to see that until afterwards. So.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'm happy. I understand that there's some things left to be desired in the transfer window, namely just another center back to compete with Eric Dyer, maybe replace Eric Dyer. But with considering, everything, considering it's a World Cup year, so players aren't going to want to leave their teams, relatively happy with the transfer window, and I'm happy with the season start. It all hasn't been beautiful football, but no losses yet. After this weekend, we'll be the only unbeaten team left in the league, and it'll be I don't know. It's a rip-roaring start, baby. I'm pretty happy. What more could you ask for, really?
You sound really happy, mate. You sound like
Andy Murray of the Tottenham streaming. Yeah. How do you feel, Colin, about winning Wimbledon? Oh yeah, I'm just kind of really excited, and I'm going to have a party, and it's great. I might get to meet the Queen, or
it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
So I've spent most of my life waiting for this moment, and it feels absolutely brilliant.
I'm excited, but I'm serious. Like,
yeah, love it, mate. Great start. 3 points. Jacob, over to you, my man. What's your take, my man? How happy are you right now, my friend?
I'm pretty happy. When you look at the fixtures, you obviously know that these are games that we dropped points in last season. It's obvious. I don't want to be redundant, but and then you get business done real early. You get Perisic on a free. Obviously, he's the best wingback we've got on this squad. I don't think that anyone could really debate that at this point. It's just, can he stay healthy? But then you look at the rest of the signings. We got Basuma. That's a good one. I think Fraser Forster, he's like 6'7". That's a big boy back there. I like me a big boy in net. So, we don't need someone to take Hugo's job. We just need someone to hug Sonny on the sidelines when he's a little distraught after he got subbed off. But in regards to the transfer window, we got business done early, so I wasn't too upset. I guess on deadline day, I was a little sad. Like, I wanted to see something. But honestly, the business that we've done in the likes of Destiny Udogie, honestly, I've been watching this guy. I already bought his kit yesterday because I was like, okay, this kid's going to be something special. So I think that was a good bit of business to get done now. And I think that was the only way that Udinese was going to sell him, was if you did loan him back, because he's crucial. Yeah, he's crucial to their squad. So, and you can see it. He's clearly one of their best 2-3 players on that squad. And so he's been fun to watch. So I think that's a good bit of business that's going to pay off in some years' time. Obviously, you got Christian Romero, the Rolls Royce back there, the BDE captain, if you will. You signed him up. What was that? 5 years, I think. That's a great deal for 5 years of Romero. I mean, talk about wetness. So, and overall, I'm happy because Bissouma's a character that I rated very highly. I thought he really dominated that Brighton midfield, and for us to scoop him up at the price that we did, which was like 25, 35, something like that, that was a steal. It was a great bit of business. And then Richarlison, obviously 60. I think is a little inflated just because he has Premier League experience. But honestly, if you're looking at bang for your buck, he's providing you something. It's not necessarily showing up yet on the goals and the assists, but they're going to come. It's the same thing with Sonny. It's coming. So I'm feeling pretty happy, honestly. I feel like Jed Spence could be something like the Udoki in a few years, could pay time. So we did a little bit of business for now. We got out some of the people that we left behind on that Korea trip, which I thought was important. Whether someone paid 20%, 30%, 40% of their wages, I think that's a good bit of business because at the end of the day, if no one took him, you're paying 100% of his wages. So for me, it was great. We get those guys out the door. They can do their own thing. All happiness for me.
Perfect first answer, my man. Perfect first answer. Alex, THFC, first chance to get points on the board for you, my man. And like I said, the points don't mean anything, but they do mean something. I just haven't figured out what they mean just yet. Alex, how are you feeling about the window and the start to the season? Are you happy enough?
I think it's people regret when people put a microphone in front of Mr. Box Office, don't they? Because they don't really like what Mr. Box Office has to say, don't they? Because truth hurts.
Minus
truth
point.
Hurts.
Minus point.
Truth hurts. Like I say, because people say I'm toxic and I need to apologize. I need to apologize for my sins. Unfortunately, the apology is not going to come anytime soon because Mr. Box Office needs to talk some truth into these people. Like I said, our team's okay. It's been okay. You know what I mean? Like I said, like the performances have been above average. You know what I mean? Yesterday against Fulham, it was solid, and when I mean solid, means solid. Nothing more, nothing special, and that's all it is. And then everybody's going over the top. I mean, everybody's rating Bentancur like he's the best thing since sliced bread. He's not even that great. He's been okay. I mean, this sums up Bentancur. Højbjerg has been better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. He's been better than him, even though I think he's still bang average. But he was actually not that. He's not that bad, to be honest. He's showing me a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing with Richarlison, over the top. Oh my gosh, it's just over the top. I'm sorry, Tottenham fans, because I know all of them say, "Oh, why is he talking? Why are you putting the microphone in front of him?" It's an opinion. Get over it. But that's the scene. That's what I'm saying. So again, and then the whole thing with Lenley. Someone said yesterday when I was on Real Tottenham TV, "You're ashamed of yourself. Why are you saying he's so rubbish?" I was like, "He was okay. Chill out." My gosh.
Well, Longley.
My gosh, he was good. Yeah, he was making the play flow and everything else. Yes.
What was some people were saying that he wasn't any good? Someone was saying he was terrible.
No, someone said that he was really, really good. You're having a go at him so much. I was like, yes, he was okay. Chill out. Bloody hell! My gosh, some Tottenham fans can't take it. My gosh. But then again, like I say, I just love it. I love it. Just keep it going, Tottenham fans. Keep it going because, like
you are happy. You are.
No. Listen. Because listen, Sean. I can play this game all day long, bruv. You know what I mean? But like I said, play this like Tottenham fans. Keep it going. Because, like I said, you can keep me in the mud, but I'll keep on banging at you all day long. We're okay. Like I said. We'll see what happens in the Champions League, like I said, against Marseille. That we're not going to be bantering that group, by the way, like deluded Tottenham fans do say. You know what I mean? And jumping up and down like we won the Champions League, like I said. So, like I say, truth hurts, and that's all I need to say. We're all safe now because I'm not going to say anymore now. So you can take your earphones off now, Tottenham fans. That's it.
All right, Brian, Mr. Daigle, welcome to the show, buddy. Welcome back. Over to you, my man. Are you happy enough?
Okay, so I'm glad that like when people were saying minus points when Alex was talking because it didn't seem to get any. So then I'm exonerated from getting minus points. Listen,
I just haven't figured out how to do minus points yet. That's all. Like, once I figure it out,
thank God, don't figure it out just yet in case I'm becoming fixed again. Look, what started off very, very promisingly ended with a goddamn whimper, as per normal. Bissouma, Richarlison, and Perisic 1 billion% make the team better. 1 billion%. Perisic, I kept saying, is still my marquee signing. I think he is one of the signings of the window. Richarlison has started to show what he is all about. He really has, and he is going to be our cult hero within time. The reason I'm not happy is other team with this 150 million, whatever happened, was meant to strengthen us, to make us bigger and stronger for the challenge this season. And then you look at all the other teams that have severely improved their squads. This was meant to be to close the gap and have a real impact on closing the gap and living with the big teams. And I feel we have failed miserably at that. Don't get me wrong. What Jacob was saying about Destiny Aduje, he is looking very, very, very talented. He is looking exceedingly good, and will be a prospect. Spence, we will have to wait and see. Longley, I agree with you, Sean. We spoke about it on the pub. I think it was terrific on Saturday, and that's something different. But the three players that we're talking about, Richarlison, what an asset that guy is going to be. I just thought this window, when we were sold this dream and told we were going to do this and everything, as we've heard Conte saying, we haven't kept up with the teams around us. We started off doing it. We didn't end that way. And time will tell if it's been a great window or not. For me, it's been a good window, but it could have been and should have been so much better.
Especially if you signed a Dama Traore, that would have made the window.
Bloody hell, Jacob!
You would have been seeping at the seams.
You know what? Even when he's using a fucking mobility scooter, you will be banging on getting him on the Tottenham Hotspur pitch.
This is what Pratigi's done to us. Like he makes gives us players like that, and you think that he's, oh my gosh.
But we didn't get that player. What do you mean?
Don't get me started, because then we got Emerson. Don't even get me started. You know what I mean? Some of the things that I've heard about Emerson, saying, "Oh, he's a fantastic player." Don't get me started.
Well, we are going to get you started at some point. I think that's one of the questions on tonight's show. We'll see what happens. Nicky boy, over to you, my man. Barry Rangitorino. Are you happy enough with the start of the season?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you just add Jacob, Brian, Colin and Alex's points to me, if I agree with everything that they say, then you just total all those points up, then I don't need to say anything.
That just shows he's now married.
That's a good point.
It now shows that he's married, because he's just gone, yes dear, to everything, and wants the points for it to say that he's paid attention.
No, look.
Married man.
Sean, find out how to work out the minus points, all right? For the two people above me, yeah. Look. For me, I was kind of a bit. I don't know. I was kind of felt a little bit meh after kind of Wednesday's performance and the end of the transfer window. But do you know what? I've gone back, on reflection, I've kind of gone back to it and gone, we're 1 point, we're unbeaten, we're 1 point off the top of the table.
This is how you get points. Here you go, just reel that stream
and you can sit there and you can say this, that, and the other. But like we've said, we've got points off the teams that we didn't last season. We're going to Man City at the weekend, who we're their bogey team. We could quite easily still be unbeaten and potentially be top of the league come the end of the games this weekend. And for me, we have to take it game by game. I said last season when we were going for top four that you have to take it game by game. And everyone's forgetting that we're not going to the end of January now. We're going to November, right? Yeah. Because the World Cup starts towards the end of November. There's 10 games or something before the transfer window opens. So I think we all need to remember that, yes, we've got 6 players in, or 8 players if you include like Adoji and Romero and everything else. But you also need to remember that I think if you look at Chelsea, for example, is that, yes, they've got marquee signings. Yes, they've spent probably, like you said, Sean, they've spent probably 100, 150, maybe even 200 million more than they needed to. But to get that amount of players in, to get them to gel, to get them to perform, is not going to happen. And I know we need to do more in terms of centre-back and right wing-back, but I think we also need to be positive and say, look, guys, we're unbeaten. This is probably we're unbeaten in 12 now, and this is probably our best ever start to a Premier League season ever.
Yeah.
So let's look
at
it in.
Up there.
Yeah, let's look. I mean, it was 13 years before the weekend, so it's got to be close to being our best start to a Premier League season ever. And we know that, Conte's still there. Conte's not happy, but he's still there. The next thing will be, and I firmly believe that Conte and Kane will sign a contract either before or just after the World Cup, and then we need to then go and ramp up in January, add another 2 to 3 in January, and then let's see where we are. And we certainly can't win the league now, but we can certainly lose it. The next
Allegedly.
month, I said we're going to win the league, and I put a bet on, and I said we're going to win the Champions League, and I booked my hotel. So
see, there you go.
Yeah, when you say you put your money where your mouth is, you put £1 50 pence on one of them, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, and also, how good is Dane Scarlett banging goals in as well?
He's one of your bets, isn't he? All you need is Troy Parrott to pick up.
Troy Parrott can start fucking scoring. Yeah. My 50p bet's going to turn into about $8,000 for him, Scarlett, and Kane.
Can you cash out of that early if
mate, it's 50p. Let it roll. It's the excitement, though. You got to let the excitement roll. But look, it wasn't what we wanted on deadline day. But look, we are where we are. We got Man City at the weekend. Let's see what happens because look, there's like we said about the results. There's been some funny results. There'll be more funny results. VAR's been ridiculous this weekend again. And this is what's going to happen. So, hey, let's see where we go. Let's enjoy the ride. Let's try and stay positive. I get what everyone else is saying, but guys, we can't do anything now until January. So let's just support the boys, support the 11 players on the pitch, and let's see. Ultimately, Conte knows better than us, and us as fans need to kind of buy into that. And let's see where it ends up. If we go get to the World Cup or get to the next one, really is probably the international break. We get to the international break and we're there or thereabouts and still undefeated, then we've got to start believing, really. So
perfect. Okay, mate, lovely answer. Just because everything was taken, there's nothing left for me to say, so I'm going to give myself 10 bonus points because that's them the rules. Well done, everybody. Let's move on to the next game. It's actually a game. This is more about. I think everyone remembers this one. This is called. Would you rather? Would you rather, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to start this one. This is there's no points available for this game. This is just part of opinions. So I'm going to get rid of this thing so I can see everyone's face for a minute. Colin, I'm going to come to you first on this one. Would you rather Tottenham beat? No, wait. Where is it? Here it is. We beat Marseille but lose to City, or we beat City but lose to Marseille, or we draw both. You're on mute. You're still on mute. No, you're off mute.
You're off mute, but we don't hear you.
That was all from a dramatic effect.
Double mute.
Yeah, double mute. It was just a mess with you guys, right? I'm just going for your brains. Anyway, I think let's lose against Marseille and beat City.
Yeah.
Let's be the only unbeaten team in the league. I know that we're not going to continue that throughout the season, but I think that those 3 points could be huge. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go for it.
Anyone else got a different answer on that one?
Nope.
You'd also lose to Marseille, would you, Brian, and beat Man City?
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, Barry?
There's another 5 Champions League games to go. Yep. You get that win against Manchester City. It's another fucking 3 points against them to play on them psychologically. It's 3 points ahead of more than rivals thought we'd have because they thought, this time you're going to all day long. Listen, everyone, whenever I get asked that question, would you rather win the Champions League or the Premier League? There isn't a day in my life where I won't say the Premier League over the Champions League every single time. So true to that, 3 points against City all day long.
Okay. Alex, how about you, my man?
I'll take the fact that I lose against Marseille because I don't think with that. Like I said, I don't think that's not our level Champions League. I'm sorry, I'm not convinced yet, and I think because of our strikers, we've got a chance of beating Man City. To be honest with you, we've got a chance at least getting a draw. I think at least getting a draw anyway, but that's only because of our strikers, and that's it. Simple as that. I don't think we're a great team still, and that's it. But I think, that's what I would take at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. And Barry, I'm gonna switch it up to the same question, but it's slightly an extension of the same question. What would you rather see from Tottenham in terms of the front three for Marseille versus Manchester City?
Well, it's interesting because obviously there was some rotation against Fulham, but I think you have to, it would be nice to go out there. We're playing at home. I think you start with Son, Kulu, and Kane, and I think that then there's
for Marseille.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that we'll necessarily. I think we'll do that, but then I think that because there's going to be these games coming thick and fast now. There's going to need to be that rotation, and I think that he would then maybe swap Kulu for Richarlison against City. But then you don't know. It might be completely the other way around. You really don't know. But I think we'll want to make a point, and I think the point with the Champions League this week is that we get 2 or 3 goals early, and then we bring players off, and we can, whether that means that we necessarily throw away the game, I don't know. But I think all eyes need to be on City because, like Brian said, and some people in the chat have said, we had 1 point after 3 Champions League games and we got to the final. So depending on other results, we could lose the first 2 games or 3 games and then win the next 3 and get through in the Champions League. But that would beating City would put a massive marker down. So
yeah.
I can't believe what you just said there, saying that because of that last time that we could 1 point from 3 games that last time. I mean, that was a completely different team.
Yeah, but we're better now. What I'm saying is, point wise, Alex. Forget the team. Point
principle,
specifically, and literally, you can lose your first 3 games and still qualify. It doesn't matter what the team is or whatever. It means point wise and statistically, you need 10 points to qualify, or to definitely qualify. So technically, you can take 1 point from your first 3 games and go through. Forget the teams, forget the players.
Just on principle,
everyone in the Champions League right now in the group stages can technically do that and still qualify.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have no problems at all smashing Marseille tomorrow. For me, I think we'll have
tomorrow.
No,
Wednesday.
Wednesday. But I think that the game for me personally, I think that if you're going to rest anybody or rotate anybody out, I think that the most important person to be playing outside of Harry Kane against Man City is Sonny, because you are going to get that press from Manchester City, and it allows Sonny to get into his full steam ahead swing. And I wouldn't mind seeing him coming off the bench against Marseille or being rested after 60 minutes, or alternatively not playing at all, because I'm not sure what that would do for his mental space. But if he was convinced by Conte, look, I'm doing this for a reason. You played all 6 games so far. You'll be tired. It's Wednesday night, Saturday afternoon. I think that for me, I'd rather see Kulu, Kane, and Richarlison play tomorrow. And
can I just add to that? What you got to remember is when we're doing the pump up and we heard the team news come out and it was Richarlison for Kulusevski, there are a load of people on social media and in chats on on YouTube saying, "What are you doing? That's Richarlison's worst position on the right. What are you doing? That's the worst." Look how well he played in his worst position. I think it's added an extra dimension to think, he can actually he can play on that right. It isn't just left or central. I think the performance we just saw from Richarlison has just added an extra.
Was he playing on the right though, Brian? I reckon if you look at the heat map, if you didn't know who Richarlison was and you just saw his heat map of that game, I think you'd probably mistake him for playing as a number 6 or a number 8. He was absolutely everywhere.
Maybe
there was no structure to his position.
But exactly, that's what he set out from the right. He set up Højbjerg from the right. Yes, his volley and everything came from the left, but his goal was coming in from the right. Or central, should we say, and running onto it. So I think this has added an extra facet or an extra string to Richarlison's bow of where he can be played, what he can do. I think it's given Conte another welcomed complication for this rotation.
I think he's a ticking time bomb. I'm
I
sorry.
think Richarlison is absolutely brilliant.
No, I think he's a ticking time bomb. In Europe, he's a ticking time bomb. What I mean is that he's a red card to be waiting for, honestly, because I just think Europe is completely different. I think everyone's going over the top. I think he's done okay. He's got a lot of energy and he deserved a goal. Yes, he did. But I think in Europe, it's a completely different ball game. Referees will not stand for what he does. The tomfoolery he does, they won't stand for it. They won't stand for it at all because some of them are very, very strict. So for me, I think this whole thing about, the whole thing with Son, I'm getting fed up of it. It's a team game, for goodness sake. I think the only reason why he is because they're so reliant on Kane and Son. That's why it's so obvious, and I think it shows that none of the other players have stepped up. The only one that stepped up to his credit has been Kulu, and that's it. But for me, I think Richarlison, he's doing his best. He shows a lot of energy, but you've got to do more. When you talk about levels above, you need to do more. I'm sorry, there's levels to this conversation in terms of competing with people like Liverpool and Man City, and I think it would be inept for Manchester City to think, because Son's done them a lot of the time now, so they know about him. They've seen how, because he's been found out. That's the problem. That's the reason why he's not playing well. He's been found out. Yeah, Kane's been quiet as well because they found him out as well because they know exactly what Kane's going to do. He tries to find Son. That's it. So for me, if you can play Son, but if he plays really well against them and does him again, it shows how inept Guardiola is as far as I'm concerned, because like I said, the last how many games he's been found out, and that's why he's not been playing well. That's it. They don't let him. There's not giving him the space to go in behind anymore, and that's it. And that's why he's struggling. You know, he needs to find another way of playing, and that's it. And that's why.
Sonny.
Sonny, yeah.
For me, I think I was saying this to Brian on the pump up from We Are Tottenham TV. Just before I bring that point in, I just want to show you this for a second. Look at that heat map. If you didn't know who that player was, if I put like a silhouette of a player there with a question mark and asked you to pick the player, you wouldn't necessarily know, right? Because the majority of the heat map is down at right wing back spot or right back spot. But the yellow dots are absolutely everywhere. The guy wasn't playing. He wasn't playing right wing forward. He was playing absolutely everywhere. And I love him for it, but I don't know whether or not that's discipline or is that running around like a headless chicken a little bit. I thought he was fantastic. But when you're expected to be in a certain position, when you do win the ball back and you're not, because you've come all the way back to centre back to help retrieve the ball, I don't know if that's a problem or like an asset or a liability. But in terms of, let me just quickly go back to it. In terms of Sonny, mate, I think that when we've had Sanchez and Emerson in the team, I was saying this before, I feel like that we're playing more of a distorted 3-4-3 where we're pushing everyone down the left-hand side because that's where our creativity down the wings is, because Conte doesn't see us offensively being very strong with Emerson and Sanchez on the right. And consequently, everything's pushed down the left, which pushes Ben Davies until it's a little long way. Ben Davies up on the halfway line, Perisic even further forward, which then forces Sonny to come into positions that he's not used to, like playing more in the 9 role. And his best asset, which is his pace, is completely nullified by the fact that you've got 3 Tottenham players all within about 5 feet of him in Davies, Kane, and Perisic. And I think that in order to make do with Sanchez and Emerson on the right, Sonny's one of the victims of that strategy. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
I do agree, because I think the thing is, I don't think all the other players are helping him either. I don't think the wing backs are helping him. The only player that helps him a little bit is Perisic, and I don't even think he's playing that well. I think he's playing okay. I think he's okay. I think he's at his what is it? He's not even at his pomp at the moment. So I don't think he's been absolutely world class. I think he's been doing some good crosses and showing how to be a good wing back. He knows how to play that wing back role 100%, but he's not been absolutely fantastic. This is again the whole thing with Tottenham fans, a gift that keeps on giving. Like the whole thing is like they make such a big deal about a player because we haven't had that. You haven't had the player at that level. You see what I'm saying? If you had someone at a level, that's when you're saying you can actually say this player is really world class. You know what I mean? But It's like Bentancur. They make such a massive deal about this guy. And the reason why, and I'm repeating myself, the reason why they're making such a big deal about him, because he's actually on a bit of a better level than Harry Winks. And we know what level Harry Winks is.
Whoa, Alex, he's at a lot better level than Harry Winks.
No, he's not. He's not.
Mate, he is.
He's not, Bob. He's not. I'm sorry. No, he's not. He's not. He's not. I'm sorry. I'm not having it. I am not having it. I'm sorry. He knows how to play the system of Conte, yes, but that doesn't make him world class.
I didn't say world class. I didn't say Bentancur's world class, but he is more. He's
miles ahead of.
But the point is, though, Brian. The point is, Brian, right? Is that just because Harry Winks was not that great, sometimes comes in just a little bit better than him. Yeah, and he is just a little bit better than him today because he ain't doing nothing.
Seriously,
no, but Brian, I'm sorry. No, Brian. Well, this is the level conversation here, isn't it? I'm sorry. Yeah. No, but what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about Champions League level, or are we talking about Europa League level? Because at the end of the day, that guy is no way showing any more than Thiago for Liverpool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not taking anything like that. I'm sorry.
What, and Thiago's out of the team for Liverpool, and they look bang average. Alex, what are you talking about?
I'm not having it. I know what I'm talking about, man, because I'm sorry.
You don't, mate, because Thiago's not been in that Liverpool team, and they look, as you like to say, bang average without him in that team. So you're now saying Thiago is what? Thiago's just a little bit better than Harry Winks as well.
No, I'm saying to you, there's a level to this conversation. If you want a player, right, that is going to absolutely, because he gets dominated, bro. He's got dominated the last how many games? The only game he looked good against is Fulham. That's it. And Fulham will let him have the bloody ball, and that's it. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody else says to me. He gets dominated. Basuma, when he gets used to the system, he'll be better than me all day long. I tell you that 100%, and I don't really care.
Well, I agree with that. I think Basuma is got a far higher ceiling than any of the other four. But at the moment, he's not.
I also agree with. I can't accept Bentancur and Winks are on similar levels. That's what I can't.
No, I didn't say they're similar levels. What I said he's just above Harry Winks. Because, like I said, right? He's just just above. Because I'm saying to you now, the people that are going on about him, because I've heard someone call him Banter pure. I mean, come on, honestly, that just sums it all up.
Ridiculous. People were just looking for nicknames, Alex. People were just thinking, how can I rework that name into something fun?
I'm sorry, but when he's to replace Harry Winks, yes, he's going to be levels better than him, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, but the whole thing is that we're going over the top about this guy because he's replaced Harry Winks. And yes, Harry Winks wasn't great, yeah, but he's not been fantastic or world class. I'm sorry, he's not. Juventus let him go for a reason, and that's all I need to say. I'm sorry, I don't care. Again, truth hurts.
Let's move on to the. It's a good rant, though. It's a good rant, Alex. Let's move on to the name, the spin the wheel game, right? Where here's the rules of this. Essentially, I smashed this little button twice. The first name that lands has to promote the argument that comes, and the second person has to take the opposite side, and they've got 60 seconds each to debate the argument, whatever the argument, and there's plenty of arguments that are right here. We're going to go through them in a second, so we'll just take a little test, a little dummy run. The first person up is Alex. You're going to have to make the case, my man. Actually, I forgot to do it. I'm so out of shit right now. This is the game we're about to play. Make the case. So Alex is up against
Alex.
He's arguing with himself. Let's try that again.
He's waffling, mate. That's double waffle, that is.
Double waffle. It's Alex against Colin. And Alex takes the pro on what's the argument we're going to be doing right now?
Can you add Winks and Bentancur on the same level? Can you add that in there now?
Ooh, barely got Sanchez.
Sanchez is underrated and underappreciated as a centre-back. Alex, you have to make the case that Davinson Sanchez is actually a very good, or at least is underrated and underestimated centre-back. And then, Colin, you got 60 seconds afterwards to refute that.
Sean, just so we're clear, Alex has got to say something positive for 60 seconds about a Tottenham player.
Get a point for that, Nick. Nice one. Are you ready, Alex? Your time starts now.
Sanchez is such a good player, man. He's such a good player on the ball, man. Honestly, he looks clueless at the time, but he's such a good player on the ball, man. A great defender as well. Honestly, the best defender going. Honestly, came from Ajax, learned all his craft and everything else. Like, even though he's clueless on the ball, honestly, but honestly, still a good defender, really good defender. Like I said, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like he makes Dyer look absolutely world class, honestly, because he's a bang average defender, like, and he makes him really good. But then he still is really bad at possession as well. But the two complement
nothing
each other
good you can
because they're
actually
bad
say
at possession. Bad possession. You know what I mean? But at the same time, still really good. Got great potential, like he's been so good the last couple of seasons. You know what I mean? Because we finished 5th, didn't we? And finished another 6th as well, didn't he? As well. So he was so good. He was so good, so good, wasn't he? You know what I mean? Like
I think you've got to try and find something genuine to say, not just say you're so good.
That was awesome. You forgot to say that how many hours it's been since we've been scored on with him on the pitch.
Honestly, don't dig a hole for yourself, mate. Honestly, bloody hell.
I know, right?
All right, Colin, over to you, mate. Let me reset that.
That was fantastic. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
There's got to be something you could have said that's positive. But Alex, Colin, I think you're going to catch up on some points right now, my man. Tell me why Sanchez isn't underrated and he isn't underestimated as a centre-back. Go.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say, Alex, great job. You put forth a compelling argument, to which I don't know if I'll have what it takes to respond. But, okay, so Sanchez, kid came in with all the potential in the world, right? He's one of the few players on our squad currently that I think has stagnated or even gone backwards, but still continues to be on the team because we can't offload him, really. He's looked a little better this year because he's been played in a 3 with that extra defender to kind of cover him and cover up for his mistakes. He looks much better. And put him in a back 2 or a back 4, he'd look far worse. He is impulsive on the ball. As a defender, he tends to lunge in and lose his man. And 10, 9, it's Sanchez, guys. I mean,
it's Sanchez.
Would you put him in your defense? Or rest my case.
This is one topic I wish I had got. Fuck's sake, yeah. But it's all fixed for me to get. I know what. So.
Well, we're going to start again. Well done, you two. Let's go for another one now. The first up is, and if the previous names come out, we'll have to do it again just to get the thing going. Sorry, Colin, we'll do it again this time.
Wow.
See ya, Colin.
I know. Thanks. Thank you.
All right, we got Ranjit. Is it?
Oh, yeah, I think that's
Ranjit. Just Ranjit
no,
again.
That's on the line.
No, I heard the click. In my earphones. Ranjit versus Jacob, and the game is.
Come on, Barry, put him up.
By the way, Randy, you need to step up now, mate. You got to step up now, mate. You know what I mean? Let's see that chest now, bub. Where's the chest now, bub? Yeah, let's hear it.
That's right. That's
talking. Talk the talk. Let's walk the walk now, Mr. Ranjit. Now, yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
So that particular answer is supposed to be in. Would you rather than?
Okay.
Here we go. Richarlison is the number 1 shithouser in the Premier League.
Oh.
Make the case. Who was it? Who was up first?
My God,
it's up first.
Rain. It's manna from heaven, man. Fucking hell, this is.
Brian's getting stitched up, so
Oh, I'm so getting stitched up. I know it, and I already know my response for when I get stitched up, so it's all good.
You're just going to leave the stream, aren't you?
No.
Magic, make the case that Richarlison is the best and number 1 shithouser in the thing. Go.
Well, first of all, doing those keepy ups was just brilliant. Not only did he kick the ball up, Conte was like, "You shouldn't be doing that. Absolutely, you should be doing that." The Nottingham Forest player got booked. Then, not only that, all over Twitter with the absolute shithousery. Cry more to Didi Hamann. Maybe I should have spat on it to Jamie Carragher. You not see, there's literally
that's awesome.
There's literally no one like controlling his tweets. He'll say what he wants. He'll do what he wants, and that was epitomised with this weekend. He scores. He rips his shirt off. He does the pigeon, and gets booked for it. And then the goal's disallowed. But he doesn't give a shit. Right? He does not give a shit at all. And that is why he is the number one shithousery player in the Premier League.
Very good.
Can I just say, isn't it funny how none of the pundits have come out and said anything about Anthony doing his little stuff on the side? Isn't it amazing how all of a sudden none of them? Anthony did a little bit of showboating and step overs and did a load of nonsense on the touchline yesterday, but not one pundit has come out to say, it's disrespectful, it's out of order, it shouldn't be done, it should have been booking. It's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Brian, don't start feeling sorry for ourselves now. Come on now. We're not a mate. Come on now.
I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm just saying that everyone poured into Richarlison, and then when other teams do it, i.e. Manchester United, nothing gets said at all.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right, Jacob. I'm sure Brian's just taken a little bit of your answer, so I'm going to give you a couple of points if you want to use it anyway. But you've got 60 seconds to say why is Richarlison shithousery? Why is he not number one? Why is he not a good thing? Why is it not a good thing?
Well, number one, because he's not the best shithouser in the league. And I'll put that straight up because if you remember last season, who put that man on his ass and he didn't say nothing on Twitter, he didn't say nothing on Instagram? Romero did. So we already got the best shithouser in the league. He's learning from the best shithouser in the league. That's why you've seen his shithousery step up as of late. He never used to be this heavy on social. He's also a nice guy. Everyone comes out and says how nice of a guy he is. Oh, he does this for the community. He's so good to the kids in Brazil, like, etc. That's a nice guy. You don't hear no one saying that about Romero. You don't hear no one taking pictures with their kids with Romero, and Romero's a dog. He's the shithouser. So when we talk about who the best is, you got to remember who put the alleged best on their ass, and he didn't say nothing. Yeah. He didn't have nothing to say about that on Instagram, Twitter, nothing. He's actually a nice guy. He's replied to Bob, so I don't think he's too much of a shithouser. Christian Romero, there's the hoes on Twitter, the big club, the big six sluts. Well, he blocks them. He doesn't play with that. That's top level shithouser. Richarlison doesn't block him.
Very, very good, my man. It's good debate. Good debate. Taken in good in the right context. Who's up next? I wonder who's it going to be against. Brian, you'd be
you need to step up now, mate.
You'd be very unlucky if you got it, man. There's so many questions on there. So
I wonder if he gets Alex. Now, wouldn't that be a fix?
Brian gets Colin.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the question is...
You know what, Brian? I was proud of you on We Are Tottenham TV, man. That was the Brian I love, mate. That's the Brian I love when you went off on one, mate. I love that, bro, man. I should have said that, man.
Højbjerg is the best midfielder that Tottenham Hotspur have.
Whoa! Oh my God, he's my favourite player, and even I'm going to find that hard to. Okay. How long have I got? A minute.
Right now.
Okay, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg is the best midfielder we have at the club. Let's just look at it. This is a guy that, coming into this season, had played over 100 games already in 2 seasons, which shows how dependable he is, how reliable he is. When he comes onto the pitch, what he does for us, he offers us the mentality, he offers us the aggression, he offers us the mentality. Everything that he does, it's team before I. This season, we've seen a bit of a change in him where he's been a bit more progressive, a bit more attacking-wise. He's already scored 2 more goals, which, as I saw in a stat, which is more than Kulu, Son, Richarlison, and combined. So he's adding that to his game. He has been in the Wolves games. We saw he's been taking the ball and getting it up to the other end of the pitch when he's been one-on-one by himself just to kill time. He is offering so much, but the most important thing I've said is he offers dependency and reliability, which is something that we need this season. So that is why he is the best midfielder we got.
Fantastic answer, my man. Fantastic answer. Colin, over to you to tell us why he is not the best midfielder that Tottenham have got at the moment.
All right. Okay. So yeah, sorry, he's not the best midfielder on our squad. If you're looking, if being the most passionate and looking angry, shouting a lot makes you the best midfielder, then he's our best. Then I can't argue. But going by skill, he's definitely not our best player. You kind of sort of said it yourself with the amount of goals he's had this season versus his last season. If 2 goals this season is already, I don't know what was this. Anyway, he's not scoring enough. He's not a goal scoring midfielder. You can't. I don't think that's a good point in his favor. And he's just limited. He's limited in what he can do. Yeah, he's showing he's got a bit more when it comes to going forward. But he kind of has his little chip over pass. And other than that, though, he's not the most creative dude.
All right.
Not our best midfielder.
I have to make a Stuart inquiry here. How he got a point? But yeah, he's got 2 goals, but he needs to score more when he's our top goal scoring midfielder. and scoring is not his job, yet he's doing it. I don't understand.
Don't worry about how the score system works.
He's exceeding his expectations in goals. That's a bad thing. Let's give him a point.
Well, okay, so yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to have to argue that one, but
the score system is ad hoc. It means nothing, and it's just there as a visual.
My competitive streak's coming up.
Well, Brian, I've got this agenda against me because I've only got 6 points. Bloody hell! See, look at that agenda.
But Alex, on the first chance, when I said you make the case, what was the case you had to make, and you just went, yeah, it was Sanchez.
I'm only joking.
Sanchez underrated. You went, yeah, he's brilliant for 60 seconds.
And Alex, I'm surprised you've got 6 points. If I'm honest,
I think you should get an extra point for enthusiasm.
Your time's coming. Your time's coming, bro. We missed the box office to make you famous for 5 minutes, but again, you know what I mean? Here we go.
All right, Colin, you just went, so I'm going to spin that round again. It's Jacob this time.
Oh, yeah, Alex. Alex can say something negative. Surprise, surprise. Oh, it's the other way. Sean.
Against me. Well, you've already lost this particular one, Jacob.
Yeah, the points are irrelevant here because
get rid of Richarlison is the number 1 shithouser in there, Sean.
Good point.
Because you didn't last time.
Let me get rid of it. Hang on.
Oh, what an easy one! What an easy one!
I can't stand this subject now, man. It's boring.
VAR is not fit for purpose. Jacob, over to you, my man.
Fit for purpose. Can you clarify?
It's not fit for purpose, as in it's an absolute shit show.
On purpose?
No, it's just terrible. It slows down. Whatever you want to say. If you think you have to make the case that VAR is rubbish, basically.
Okay.
There you go. VAR.
Go back and watch any VAR review. You'll pretty much see that they're all biased and they're all bullshit. I'm going to say that first and foremost. My second thing that I've always wondered is at different stadiums, you have different camera positions. Therefore, your line of sight is going to be different in the angle at which you're seeing these runs. And they always use the same system on every single stadium, regardless where the camera position is. So when you play at a place like Bournemouth or you play at a place like Ellen Road, it's going to be different than the lines you're going to get at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I think that it's fucked from the beginning for that. And then second, because you got 3 people up in a booth sitting there saying, let's work hard to figure out if we can make this replay look like it wants to go the way that we need it to go. I mean, the officials are biased. We all know it. Look at the end of the City game. That guy was ready to give Pep Guardiola a hug because he was like so sad that VAR couldn't intervene there. I think it was made so they could intervene. And I'm a big conspiracy theorist, Big Brother's after you. And so definitely they want to rig the games and have it be a certain narrative for you. Boom.
It was very, very good, mate. It's going to be very difficult to beat that, but unfortunately, I'm already...
Oh, no.
No. So for me, I'm going to go right now. For me, VAR is... there's problems with VAR, but generally speaking, it's supposed to be making the game fairer. It's supposed to be ruling out human error. And there's certain areas of VAR that I think have to stay in things like goal line technology. I think that anything that's already where you have to keep changing the rules, I think that there's probably a reason to remove VAR personally, or at least to put it on hiatus and see whether or not at the end of the season I'd love to see right now whether or not certain games or how the season would have worked out had VAR not been there versus how it is. I'd love someone to go back and check the initial rules rather than the overruled decisions. For me, I think the VAR is if I'm defending the case that it's fit for purpose, then I think that it does get the majority of decisions right, although it always seems to get the important ones wrong. And I think that all you need to do is to hook up a referee's mic so that everyone can hear what's going on, and that's it.
Can I? I know this doesn't add to the. Do you know what I really hate about this? Why is it every Euro and every World Cup, it works tremendously well, incredibly well, in fact, and we all come back into the Premier League with rejuvenated hope that maybe now the Premier League will offer what it does at the Euros and the World Cup, and in fact it gets worse. I think, like I said, I personally think VAR isn't the problem; it's the people controlling it. Because the World Cup can completely, totally, utterly handle it and get decisions done like that. It's the refereeing here. It's become a shambles.
I agree 100%. Actually, I should have said that. And I didn't. And for that, I'm going to take away a point from you because...
Take away a point from me?
No. I'll give you an extra point because it was a nice point. Nicely point, well made. Super chat from Bobby K saying, thank you. Thanks for the super chat, Bobby, saying big up, boys, and congrats to Nick and Laura. And Danny's also saying to you, mate, how was the wedding, my man? Thank you very much for that super chat, Bobby. Really appreciate it.
Congrats to Laura, indeed. I mean, look at that hunk down there. You're covering him up, but look at him. Come on, congrats, Laura.
Get some baby oil, yeah?
I'm already ready. I had to put him up in storage, actually, at the September 2nd.
Nice. Listen, I have to keep I'm going to say, Alex, you are... because Alex hasn't to go for a while. Let me keep going until I get Alex up. Oh, yeah. All right, it's Alex against. I'm going to say that's Alex, and you're up against...
Alex.
It is again.
Alex
Sean,
Alex.
Sean,
Alex and Ranjit.
I'd like to see Alex against Alex.
Alex and Ranjit.
Yeah, Alex and Ranjit. That's what I want.
Alex and Ranjit.
Yeah, I just want to see if he's got the bottle to actually take on Mr. Box Office. You know what I mean? He talks a good game, but he doesn't walk the walk, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Let's see if he can give it. You know what I mean?
Get rid of that. Sorry. I've got to spin this again. 1 second. Oh, actually, that's a good one. Just leave that. All right. Trophies. Where is it? Trophies.
Still amazed how certain subject hasn't come up to him.
Trophies over a specific time period are the best barometer of a team's relative performance. Does that make sense?
There's so many words in there that I don't understand.
Trophies over how many trophies you've won over a period of time is the best way to see to judge how a team is doing, or is there a different way that's better? There's a better way, like league position, for example. And okay. Alex has got to take the pro. So Alex, you've got 60 seconds to explain why trophies are the best way to measure a team's progress. And your 60 seconds, my man, starts right now.
What do you come to win into football for? Is to win trophies, not to get into top four, not to be second, because no one remembers someone as second. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be known as Mr. Box Office because I'm second place. I'm going to be remembered because I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the guy that wins the trophies. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. When you win a competition, you're the best in the world, and that's what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, Kane and Son and all the other players, the top players we've got, are losers because they ain't won nothing. So we need to be winners. And that's what winning things is, winning cups and trophies. Because I'm the GOAT. I'm the best in the world, bruv. So that's what I want my team to be, the best in the world. And that's it. And that's all I need to say. And like I say, truth hurts, like I say. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I want to be a winner. And that's all I need to say. Come and try and do better than that. Mr.
Answer of the night.
Let's go.
I have to say, I love the argument. I believe in everything he said. but I have no idea how you got you being the GOAT into winning trophies is so important. I love Alex. I fucking love you, brother. I love you.
I'm not going to be remembered as Mr. Box Office for coming second. That's hilarious.
I love Alex.
Good.
I love him.
All right, Nick, beat that, bro. Beat that.
Love you, bro.
Well, like everything Alex does in life, he certainly doesn't come second. Let's put it that way. And you know, talking about being the GOAT, what does the GOAT win? GOAT doesn't win anything. They just get a bale of hay, mate. So I don't know what you're talking about, getting a trophy and everything else. But look, success for me is improving, and we've improved season on season, and we will eventually get there. But yeah, I'm not really understanding what the GOAT. I mean, is Alex trying to put himself in the same league as Messi or Ronaldo? Because at the moment, mate, you're
of YouTube commentators, I think.
Of YouTube commentators. Oh, okay. So of YouTube commentators, he's definitely not the GOAT. And maybe Alex should look at his success and moving up, because at the moment he's Mr. Post Office, who sometimes delivers, sometimes goes on strike, but never really gets over the line. So yeah, success is increasing where we've been from before, but it's just waffle coming from your side, mate.
Very good.
Is that
Very
it?
Good.
Bloody hell. I thought that was going to be a little bit more oomph there, bruv. Honestly, bloody hell. That even
I didn't want to waffle, Alex. I didn't want to waffle, mate.
Oh, you didn't want to waffle? Bruv, my waffling could do more than your talk, bruv, all day long, bruv. I just made you famous, bruv, in 5 minutes and knocked you out the park, bruv. That's what it's called, bruv. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. Here we go.
5 minutes.
Well, get another subject, bruv. I want to banter this guy all day long, bruv. Who's next? Who's next, bruv?
The next subject is then we'll find out who's playing it. The next subject is,
here we go.
Conte staying.
That was very close.
That was very close. Conte staying is more important than Kane staying. And the two people that are, and the opposite's also true for the other person. Number one is Jacob. You've got to make the case for Conte over Kane. And you're taking on Alex again.
The GOAT. Sorry, can you change his name to the GOAT, please? Sure.
Jacob, over to you, my man. How important is Conte signing a new contract more important than Harry Kane signing a new contract? Go.
Conte is already more important than Kane signing a contract, for the sheer fact that signing a contract would be loyal. And I don't think Kane showed us that last summer. So when you look at the importance that Conte brings, I don't think Kane makes Ben Davies a better player. I don't think Kane makes Eric Dyer a better player. Dyer Sanchez, Davinson Sanchez, they're not better players because of Harry Kane. They're better players because of what Conte's instilled in them. And the fitness levels are higher because of Antonio Conte. That's just going to make everyone play better. Also, Conte's won leagues. That's something Kane has not done. Now, they both can say that they've never won the Champions League. That's one thing that I think that they can meet on common ground. But when you look at players come to play for Antonio Conte, they don't say, oh, Harry Kane's there, let me go play there. They say, oh, you got Antonio Conte in Champions League, I'll go play there. Not because you got Harry Kane in Champions League. So I think when you look at the importance, not only on a recruitment level, just on a team motivational level, a team like their ability to improve themselves is because of Conte.
Lovely, mate. Well done. I'm going to give you an extra couple of points for that because that was delicious. Over to you, Mr. Box Office. You have to make the case that Harry Kane is far more important than Antonio Conte in terms of deciding their future at Tottenham.
I make the case for Kane because Harry Kane's the GOAT. Harry Kane's the man. The man that's got us through everything, bruv. You know what I mean? If you don't have Harry Kane, you don't have Tottenham, bruv. You know what I mean? You had Teddy Sheringham. You had the best striker of Leicester Ferdinand. You had Gary Lineker. He's in that moment, in that bracket to go that way. You know what I mean? And he's the greatest of all time. And as far as I'm concerned, he's a long-term legend for this club. Conte's just short term. I don't like short term. I don't like short term anything in my life. I want long term in my life. You know what I mean? And Kane is the man that I want. The GOAT. Yeah, the GOAT. The GOAT. The greatest of all time. No, you know that's who I put my money on all day long. Not Conte short term. I want long term, and that's all I need to say. He stick with us when we're bad. He'll stick with us when we're good, and that's all I need to say. And that's it. And that's why Kane should stay. And that's it. And you know it. And that's it. And that's all I need to say to all you people.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Does anyone else want to come into this one? Because I think this one could deserve more than a couple of minutes of debate. Anyone else want to have that? Colin, is Colin still there?
I don't know. He took his mic or his camera off, but
and he's gone for a wee. Brian, do you want to come in and make the case for Conte or Kane?
I can make the case for Conte. I can definitely make the case for Conte.
Okay, make the case for Conte being more important, and then we'll come to Colin to make the case for Kane.
Okay, so with all the managers that Kane has had, we have won absolutely zero. We have gone and hired the greatest of the great at the peak of his powers. He is the one that is revolutionising Tottenham Hotspur. If Conte stays, Kane stays. It's as simple as that. As much as Kane loves this football club, he wants to win trophies, and he is getting to that part of his career where time is not on his side. Conte equals trophies. He is the most important person at the club. Hands down, Antonio Conte. And as long as Antonio Conte's there, we have a chance of trophies. We have a chance of success. Without him, we don't. Without him, he goes. It's as plain and simple as that. We have 1 year left on his contract at the end of this season. And if Conte's there will be a new contract. So Conte signing that contract to show his commitment to the football club will then get Kane to sign a contract. And that is why Antonio Conte is more important than Kane right now. Boom! Done.
Buzzer beater. You got the boom in on the buzzer beater. I like that. Nice work. Colin, my man, over to you, buddy. You got to make the case that Harry Kane signing a contract is more important than Antonio Conte. Let's reset the clock.
Okay.
Go for it, my man.
All right. How many players in the world can score goals like Kane? A couple, right? How many of those players are Tottenham reasonably, able to go and get? None, really. The fact that we have Kane, we kind of lucked into having him, so we need to do everything we can to keep him. We're going to have to replace him anyway at some point, but it's going to be nearly impossible. So why not put that off as long as you can? We need another manager who plays in a similar system to what Conte plays, so that we can fit in the players we've recently brought in. I don't think it'll be too hard to find a manager that plays with the back five, fairly pragmatic, plays on the counter. But Kane is the type of player that you can't easily replace, as shown by City spending all that money on Haaland. And, he still hasn't shown he can do it long term even. So could we bring in a Haaland at Spurs? I don't think so.
No.
So we need to keep Harry Kane. Conte doesn't stay places anyway. So boom.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I would say, just turning into a conversation for a second, I think that Kane is probably more important than Conte, because if you give Conte a team that doesn't have Harry Kane in it, I don't know if he can work the magic anyway. Whereas you give a team that's managed by anybody, and Harry Kane on his day can turn it on and can still deliver.
I like what Brian said though.
Harry Kane stays anymore. If Conte goes, I think Kane will say, right, that's it. I've been through so many managers with you. You then had the pinnacle, the one of the guys that you can say is at the very, very top. No matter what manager comes in, if and when Conte ever does leave, there is no question that there is no doubt. They will be nowhere near Antonio Conte's powers where he is right now, and that's why I think he says, you know what, no more. I've got 1 year left on my contract. I ain't doing this no more.
Yeah, I think the final nail in the coffin for the argument, in my opinion, is what you said earlier, Brian, which I'm actually kind of salty I missed. That if Conte signs, Kane signs, so it's a domino effect. If Kane signs, that doesn't mean necessarily that Conte signs, and I think that for me is what pushes it over the edge. Why Conte re-signing is more important, because, yeah, man, if you can get Conte to sign and believe in a manager, if you can get Kane to sign and believe in a manager, he is a world-class player. He's highly regarded for a reason, so definitely want that guy on your squad.
The argument sticks for both, though. Either way you look at it, either one of them go, the next person coming in is a downgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, the manager or the striker, it's a downgrade.
Yeah.
And we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Okay. Love it. Love it.
Come on, Sean. I know you want a certain subject to come out.
Oh, it's just gone past. Our front four is the best in the world. Who do I want to get this one to? I'm going to have to get this one a spin so you gets it. Brian on the pro.
Okay.
Alex.
And it's
Sure.
me on the con. All right.
So I'm arguing that they are, yeah?
You are arguing that they are. 60 seconds starts now.
Okay, so let's put it this way. We all knew going into this season that two of them are the top two partnership, or the partnership in the world in Son and Kane. Those two are just telepathic. Then obviously you brought in Kulusevski, and we didn't know what Kulusevski was going to do, but boy did he come in and make that the most feared trio in the Premier League now, especially with Mane leaving Liverpool. That three on their day last season were absolutely unstoppable and feared, and everyone was speaking about it. Now you add Richarlison, and what Richarlison gives you isn't just, okay, there's a centre forward replacement. We saw on Saturday there's a right wing replacement, and we know his best position is on the left for Son. So the rotation that could be done within that four is incredible. So you look at it right now, and I think Liverpool were the best. They've gone, and I can't think of another top three in Europe. So I would have to say in the world, these are the top four.
Get me that buzzer then. All right, well, I'm going to give you a couple of points for that because that was quite well said.
Well, thank you, Sean. Somehow I think you're going to get 12 points.
Here's my...
Well, there you go. Exactly the amount I said. What a joke.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
I just got to get ahead of it because I can't speak and also give myself points at the same time.
Yeah,
so
but you know what? It just goes to show that whatever work I do has just been devalued because you just put yourself ahead of it. So.
Well, it's just
my next argument against you is exactly what Sean doesn't say, so you need to give me the same amount of points as you.
No, the fun part is he already got himself the points, and he doesn't know how to take the points away. So he can give you 2 points, and he just got X amount of points more than that.
I got 12 points because it's important that everyone knows who's in charge of the points. All right, for me, look, it's a tough one because I think that Sonny, Kane, Kulusevski, and Richarlison ultimately are up there, definitely up there. I think Liverpool have been weakened by losing Mane. And they haven't, their new boy to replace him hasn't really settled in yet. But I think the obvious places you would go to find the front four that's more dangerous. I think at the moment you have to look at Manchester City. I think Erling Haaland, even though he's fairly young, he's come in and he's just an absolute out of this world monster beast. And then when you look at the players he's got around him, they're up there. I don't think Kulusevski necessarily gets into the Man City team. And I think right now Sonny probably maybe doesn't, but I don't think Richarlison gets into the Man City squad either. So on that basis, I think that you could argue that Manchester City have got a stronger forward line. I also think if you look at Paris Saint-Germain and you see that they've got Lionel Messi, Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, and as like a backup, they've got either Ekitike or I think his name's Icardi. Those four players get into Tottenham's team ahead of the players that we've got. Oh, ran out of time. I was going to go on and talk about Real Madrid as well. But those are the reasons why. I'm going to give myself an extra point. Because I thought it was brilliant. All right, let's move on. Let's find out who is... let me get rid of that one. What was that one? Tottenham with the best front four in the world. When's it going to come up, Brian? When's it going to come up, mate?
It's going to come up soon. Oh, so close.
This season is Tottenham's best chance to win the league in our Premier League era. And that goes to Jacob. And the person who's on the con.
Please be me.
Yeah.
Do that again.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've just gone. You know what? I'll just let it. I'll let it go around the side. I'll come to back. Barry hasn't had a go for a while. Jacob, over to you, my man. The score, the time starts. That round of applause thing is really starting to piss me off. So is the buzzer. If I could turn them both off, I would, but I don't know how.
A good thing we don't hear it.
Are you not hearing them?
No.
Oh, every time that clock goes to 0, it goes like a basketball shot stopper. And every time that there's a round of applause. You can't hear it. I'm punishing myself then.
I don't think you can. I think you're hearing it all in your mind.
Go, Jacob.
This is the best chance for us to win the Premier League because if you go by the logic that this window was super, super fabulous and fantabulous, then we're going to win the league. If you look at the results that we've gotten thus far, we're going to win the league. If you look at just some of the links that we had, the links alone make our squad better because you know that they hear Adama Traore knocking at the door. He may be coming in and you know, it's going to make Kulusevski, it's going to make Richarlison play a little bit better. So when you look at also Antonio Conte, he's brought in some players and there's Paratici and there's a set piece coach now. So set pieces, maybe Kane will start scoring some of those, or maybe we'll be able to defend against them because he's supposed to do both. I think that this is the best chance. It just pains me to say it's the best chance to win. Definitely not more than next year when we have more windows with Conte and more time to train under Antonio Conte. But this moment exactly because of Korea.
Right then, I always get scared because it's horrible. It's horrible. Well done. I'll give you an extra point for that. As long as you're 2 points behind me, that's fine. Well done. And Ranjit Serino, over to you, my man. Why is it not Tottenham's best chance for us to win a league in the Premier League era? Has there been a better chance, and is this year just too much too soon? And go.
Well, listen, bruv, I've got to get my inner box office here, yeah? I'm spitting back, bruv. I'm bringing back people down to earth, yeah? They're just bang average, these players, and they ain't going to win nothing. All these rejects, these Juve rejects, Bentancur, he's no better than Winks, bruv. You know, Mr. Box Office, the GOAT is here. Hey, hey, hey. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. I'm spitting hey, bruv. That's how many facts I'm spitting. It's not happening. I'm bringing you all back down to earth. What are you saying, bruv? This is it. Come on, Ranjit. Come and bring it. Come and bring it to Mr. Box Office, yeah? Look at me. I'm spitting all these facts. It ain't happening, bruv. We are bang average, bruv. All these other people, they're just waffling. All I hear is waffle. I can't wait to get on the stream and banter all these people.
Nice. And that's it. That's all you got to say, bruv. That's all you got to say. Well done. Just a quick one. Super chat from Mr. Walls. How you doing, Wallsy? Good to see you, my man. Really appreciate the super chat. Thank you for the support for the channel as always, man. He says, Sean, great panel and good chat. Spurs. Yes, my man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, how many points did I give out to Nick there? I'm going to give an extra one just because he was so sarcastic. It was you could taste the sarcasm through the earphones. All right, not long left now, guys. Not many.
Are you proud there, Goat?
No, Bob, you're just bang average, Bob. Honestly, I've never heard such absolute crap in my life, man. Oh my gosh, bro, you just can't do it better than me, Bob. Just watch and learn. That's how it works. You know what I mean?
Okay. Did you call him Post Office earlier?
Yeah, Mr. Post Office.
They call me Mr. Post Office because they're jealous, Bob. That's what they call it.
Hey, here in America, the post office gets things done, so that's a compliment here in America.
Always delivers.
Well, Mr. Box Office makes noises, and that's what makes the best, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like I said. But anyway,
I can't believe Nick said I'm channeling my inner box office. That's superb. Right, this one is all opinions within the Tottenham fan base and Tottenham community
I wish I got this one.
Equal and relevant. Everyone's opinion is relevant, and I mean this could go anywhere really. I've got to give Colin. I've got to give Colin a you know what? Colin against Alex. And it's Alex against Alex again. Every time it's you, Alex. It's you against Alex.
The wheel knows.
All right.
It's it's all about me, isn't it? Like they say. I'm joking. I'm joking.
All right, mate. Listen, I want you to be sincere here. You've got to make the case that everybody's opinions are valid, equal, and nobody has stupid opinions in the
That's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Everyone's opinions needs to be respected. You know what I mean? Because we are all in peace and harmony. You know what I mean? Because those Spurs fans that are saying that we need to be positive and together. We need to all be in harmony, and that we need to say we're walking in the air.
You're running out of time here.
We have to be in all harmony and jump and then just sing with just all matrimony, because if we all together, Tottenham will be a better place for us all. And that's all I need to say. You know what I mean? Because everyone's opinion is valid. Even the people that are absolutely deluded. You know what I mean? We all have to be together as one. You know what I mean? And we'll be all, the best. And we all can sing, Antonio! Wherefore Antonio? We all love Antonio.
I love Antonio.
All right, well done, mate. Well done. Your extra point for being sarcastic. Colin, over to you, my man.
Painful.
Okay.
Like painful. Was it painful being honest, Alex?
No, it was painful because I had to be nice to people. You know what I mean? But anyway, moving on.
All right. So I'll see your sarcasm and I'll beat it. So, do all Spurs fans have equal opinions? No. There's still some Spurs fans that think we should not sell Heung-min Son to Liverpool. That alone tells you that not all Spurs fans' opinions should matter, because it's obvious that he's not going to hit form ever again, and we just need to sell him while his value's high. The same fans will probably tell you that Richarlison shouldn't be starting above Son, and I also think that's crazy. It all depends on what country you're from, what gender you are, how long you've watched football, and if the answer to the first one is England, the second one is male, and the third one is since before you were born, then you're allowed to have an opinion. Other than that, get out of here. I don't want to hear anything you have to say.
That's excellent. That is excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have extra time. I can just leave it. Yeah.
That was excellent. But I was just quickly. Do you actually think that we should sell Son to Liverpool?
Not at all.
But some people do.
Some people do. I've heard it.
Wow. And that was from an Englishman who has been watching Tottenham since before you were born, son.
Since before he was born.
Before he was born.
That's the best part.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. How many we got? We got 5 more, 6 more questions, and then we're done, guys. And the scores couldn't be tighter. Ranjit.
Speaking of tighter.
Have you taken the one out, Sean?
I don't know, did I?
That's what she said.
Oh,
right.
God.
Here we go. Can I, please? I've thought long and hard about my answer to this. Can I go against Nick?
Give it to Brian, Sean. Just give it to
Brian.
I
want to be the... So Nick does the... What's the question?
Our ownership is the reason Tottenham haven't won more than one trophy in 22 years.
Oh, I wanted to be the pro.
Sorry. No, it's okay. We'll open this one up.
No. Actually, no. I've worked hard on it. No, I'll go the against.
Okay.
I'll say everything that's great with the ownership.
Okay, I want to clip this. That'd be brilliant. And there's
can't get that anywhere else.
Clip it. You're gonna want to clip this. Trust me.
All right. Starting with you, Ranjit. The question, the statement is, our ownership is the reason that Tottenham Hotspur haven't won more than one trophy in the last 22 years. You have to make the claim. Essentially, you have to be Levy out for a minute. Okay.
I've got to be Levy out for a minute, even though I am Levy out. So,
are you?
Well, yeah, kind of. But yeah, look, I think it's obvious to see that we've got the best stadium, the best Tesco Express, the best everything in the world, and you can see that's down to the owners. They want to have the best, but they don't want to have the best on the football pitch. They want to fill the stadium with stuff from Aldi and Lidl, or to use to Brian's thing. They want to go out for a fancy restaurant and they go to an all-you-can-eat buffet and think that they're dining at the top table. There's no reservations at an all-you-can-eat buffet. And that's what Daniel Levy likes. He thinks he walks in, gets his table. No, mate, unfortunately, you just walk in because no one wants to fucking be there, pal. And that's the reason why we've not won a trophy. We won one trophy in how many, God knows how long. And that's it, really. And I can't wait to hear what Brian's got to say about the lovely owners.
Nice. Nice work, mate. That was the reason why Tottenham haven't won a trophy. It's all because of Levy's demands for bookings at a buffet. Brian Daigle, I'm going to hand this over to you. It is over to you to refute the suggestion that the owners are responsible for the lack of our trophies. What is the other reason why Tottenham have only won one trophy in 22 years? And your minute.
I'm going to keep it true and get going. On these owners, mate, it depends what you look at with trophies. My grandpa, my dad, my family told me about leagues, FA Cups, European glory. Well, it depends what you call glory now in today's day and age. Do you call Groundsman of the Year a trophy? Yes, we'll have some of that. Do you call having 2 pitches a trophy? Oh, yes, it's the first. I call that a trophy. Do we call having the longest bar in Europe? That's a trophy. Do I call having the biggest shop in Europe? That's a trophy. Do I call let's have a skywalk? That's a trophy. Today isn't about trophies. It's about modern day football and building on your empire and getting a worldwide fan base. That we are exceeding in. That we are the best of the best at. And these should all be counted as trophies, as the modern day football fan does. We have won trophies galore, just not on the football pitch where they fucking mean anything. So big up to the 2 pitches, big up to the goal line bar, big up to the shop, big up to the skywalk, big up to the training ground, and yes, long may that continue. Those are trophies.
Very good. Oh, very good. And I've taken you in the lead on the point system. Nice.
Yeah, I was keeping a very, very close eye on the points because they weren't going up, Sean. I was about
I was like, wait,
where are they?
I was letting you sweat, and I thought I'll smash it up a little bit. All right, well done. I'm glad that one didn't go into shit show. So let's keep it funny. Games. Well done, though. Well done, everybody. Last 5 questions. It's a statement here. Tottenham have conceded 10 goals in our last 17 matches. At that rate, over the course of a season, Tottenham would equal the record, the 3rd lowest conceded goals tallies in history. Only Arsenal in 97-98 and Chelsea in 2004-2005 have been better. Make the case that Tottenham's defence is as important and as strong as our attack.
Uh-oh.
Alex, brilliant.
Thanks again.
Brilliant.
And to play the counter, is Briano. Brian, Alex, you got to make the case, my man, that as I say, if we were to extrapolate out the amount of goals we're conceded at the moment at the rate we're doing it, then we would have the 3rd lowest conceded in the Premier League history. Is our defence as strong, as solid as our attack? Make the case, my man.
Well, we've not conceded a lot of goals at all, so we're doing really well at the moment against average teams, though. But we're doing really well at the moment against Chelsea. That is, supposedly our team that we can't, our bogey team. But we still, even though we had no possession, by the way, but we still were really, really good in terms of defence. Dyer is the best defender in the world. I've got to say that, man. Even though on the ball he's absolutely shit, but he's still a great defender, really good defender that, knows how to pass the ball, even though it goes on long sometimes, doesn't know where to find the pass. Romero's world class, makes him look good, And then Lindley, oh, brilliant. And then Davis, I've been putting people to shame because people say Davis was out of his depth. Well, look what's happened at the moment. Tottenham fans. He's now the best thing since sliced bread now, So that's all I need to say, And then you still got Tanganga. You still got You still got other defenders as well coming as well. So, like I said, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, like I said, with Tottenham. And with the sky's the limit with Tottenham, and we could win the championship, like I said. So that's me being positive. Tottenham fans, clip that. Clip that.
That was amazing. I feel like I slipped into an alternate reality, and I don't like it here.
Nice.
I just want to go back.
Yeah, go back to reality, Mr. Box Office. Brian, over to you, mate. Is the defense not as good as the score lines suggest, as the lack of conceded goals suggests?
So yes, first of all, my first point is you look at our best defence we ever had: Walker, Rose, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, who done it consistently for 2 seasons straight. That is a superb machine of a defence. Unfortunately, we got parts of it right now, but not as a unit. And you've got to look at it. This is now when Champions League comes in and 2-3 games a week comes in. So far, up until last week, it had been 1 game every single week. Let's face it, Chelsea had only been the hardest team we fought. We know how strong that attack is. We know how dependable that attack is. Can we say the same for the defence? If anyone is saying that defence is as reliable as Kulusevski, Kane's son, or you add Richarlison into that, I'm afraid we're nowhere near that level yet. Where the defence may be improving and Conte may be adding to it, it cannot be trusted anywhere near near to our attack. So no, the defence is not as reliable as our attack. Far from it.
It's interesting though. Like, for me, like I don't think we're giving the defence enough credit. Like if you take Harry Kane out, the rest of our attack have scored 1 goal in Decky, right, in 6 games. And Højbjerg scored more goals, as I think Jacob said earlier, or somebody said earlier. It was you, was it? Yeah, okay. I feel like we a lot of people look at the defence, and because we've had the same names there for so many years in Dyer and Davies, that we sit there and go, oh, we're shit. But actually, you know, the stats don't lie. We don't concede very many goals, and I think we should pay a little bit more respect on the names of the defenders that do their job week in, week out.
You know what I've got to say on that, Sean? What I've got to say on that is right now, if you went to any Spurs fan, and said, who is your faith in to do the job?
Oh, yeah.
Then every single person would turn around and attack. Like when I mentioned that peak Poch time with that back 4, and then you said Son, Kane, Ali, and Ericsson, then you may have where people might say, do you know what, that defence is just as tight as that strike force is explosive. Whereas right now, I just don't think you can say that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. For me, it's just a strange one that, like I say, I just think that at the end of the day, results are the ones that matter, right? And the stats that matter, yep. and are very difficult to beat. And if we had the players that were Dyer and Davies, but they looked different and they had different names on the back of their shirt, we would be giving a lot more respect, a lot more credit to the performances and the fact that we've only conceded whatever the stat was. I said 10 goals in 17 games. It's phenomenal, really.
Yeah, if I want Europa League level players, yeah, that's great. But bruv, I want to win a championship, bro. And unfortunately, Davis and Dyer don't reach the standards as far as I'm concerned. There's levels to the conversation. Like I said, people in the chat say to me, "I'm not at that level." Well, what do you know about my level, bro? Because my levels is maybe above yours any day of the week, bro. Because I'm Mr. Box Office. So damn you, what you saying, bro? Nothing. You know what I mean? like I said before, Dyer and Davis are good to a point, but unfortunately, they're just not snipped up to par in the day. You got Conte in the building, bro. I want championships, bro. You know what I mean? I want championships, bro. Not you. I don't want just a Carabao Cup and a measly top 4. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't. That's not my ambition. You know what I mean?
I know, but what I'm saying is, I think the league is the best for me. The league is the best barometer of judging where you are, like as a club, whether you've improved or not, because you can't avoid playing the top teams twice every year, right? You can go and win a cup, technically, without having to ever play a Premier League team. I said this before. Whereas if you want to do well in the Premier League, you have to play Man City twice. You have to play Arsenal twice. You have to play United, Chelsea, Liverpool twice. And for me, the fact that we're third, the fact that we improved so much last season from November until April, until May, is in no small part because of the lack of goals that we conceded. And I think that, I'm going to say, I just think that if it's for me, I think people look at the name Dyer and Davies and go, they've been at Tottenham now for 8 years. the fact that they're the same old players. It's like people get blinded by the fact that it's those players that they think aren't good enough, yet we just don't concede very many goals. And I think that is something to celebrate rather than to dismiss.
Well, he's done a job. He did a job. They've done a job. That's it. Simple. That's what you're describing. Someone's doing a job. At the end of the day, you need to be better. At the end of the day, like I said, unfortunately, at the moment, we've got, at the end of the day, let's just put it straight direct. Let's be direct about it. You've got Liverpool that are falling off. You've got Manchester United in the mud. Arsenal are bang average. You should be trying to compete with them. Chelsea that don't know where they're going. So if you're a good team, you go and you attack that, and you attack that to try and get second. You attack that to try and get a trophy. That's an opportunity. This is the thing. We talk about opportunities in the transfer market. What about taking the opportunity to start winning stuff, bro? That's why Brian's getting angry most of the time, and people say that he's talks rubbish. But the fact is, Brian wants more than just a Carabao Cup. He wants to go back to his family and say to him, you know what? I've experienced something that I've never experienced before. I want to win a championship, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what our ambition is. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day,
I get that. That's changed.
When you've got Antonio Conte in the building, as far as I'm concerned, that's what you need to do. Because when I see Leicester City winning championships and winning FA Cups, I'm embarrassed, bro. Because we've been in the Premier League longer than them, and we've done just a Carabao Cup. What's going on, man?
Well, now look at what's happened. I told you that Leicester would go down. Will be a relegation.
Yeah, but they've still got a Premier League and a FA Cup to their name. So what are you saying? Nothing. We can't say anything.
It's like once in the blue moon thing, isn't it, mate? There's always these random things that happen over like random events.
If we win something more than a Carabao Cup, then we can start talking then. But we can't say nothing yet, bro. That's the thing. You know what I mean? All I'm hearing from Tottenham fans now is saying, "Oh, by the way, I just want to get a Carabao Cup to make me feel better." Come on, no. I want to say, okay, Carabao Cup, yeah, fair enough, first year. But then next year, FA Cup, next year, Premier League. That's what Conte wants. Because I'll tell you now, man, if you don't get anything more than with Antonio Conte, it ain't happening for Tottenham. I'll tell you that for about any time soon. No way, Jose, and that's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm not even having a go at you, Sean, but this is my passion, bro, and I'm sorry, I'm not having it, man.
I get it. I just think that the team's improved massively in the league, and I think that my whole point was just that I think the defense is better than people give it credit for. That was my point. Next up, last two subjects, guys. One is about I don't really need to spin it anymore. Just gonna pick one at random. The Conte's tactics thus far this season have been excellent / good enough. This is more of an open question. I'll let everyone have a crack on this one. All of last season, whatever Conte did, Conte was infallible. We weren't allowed to have a crack at him. Everyone, so you can't question Conte. Have any of Conte's decision making, any of his tactics this season, thus far, given anybody pause for thought and to think, I don't know about that, Conte. Don't know about that. And I'll let's go to Nick first, if you're there, mate.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, did you age like 50 years in the past couple of days? You sound like an old grandpa covered with your blanket.
Yeah.
It's on the wedding hangover.
How many ciggies did you smoke in the celebrations? How many fags?
Not a lot, right?
Quite a few.
I can hear it in your voice.
Barry, do you think Conte's tactics have been questionable at all, or are you still of the mindset that what Conte does is always, we can't question it?
Well, based on the results and where we're at and his average points per game and everything else, we can't really, we can't really say anything. Like I said, we were at the top and we've. The amount of points that we've got, I think we've probably got the most points this calendar year now, versus certainly more than Liverpool now. I don't know where it sits with City. So yeah, I mean, I don't see what we can challenge. He knows the team, he knows the squad, he knows their capabilities. He's with them day in, day out. I don't think there's really anything we can't sit there and banter him or.
Yeah. Waffle.
Bang
average Conte, bruv. Bang average.
Sorry, Nick, didn't know you finished. Go on.
That's fine. I'll finish.
No, but the only thing I would say where I almost came into question with him is just before the Fulham game, when we actually saw the rotation and he finally did it for the first time. Obviously, we'd all been talking about when is he going to rotate. We bought this squad, we bought these players in to be able to offer rotation with all the games, the World Cup coming in, Champions League and everything. When are we going to see this rotation? And people thought it may have changed at Forest like I did, or it may have changed at West Ham. Well, but it was false with Basuma for Bentancur. I think we all wanted to see a bit of rotation at some point to see what this squad could do and see what its capabilities are. Like Nick said, you can't argue with the results. You can't argue with the points per game. All that is absolutely sound. And Antonio Conte, 1,000,000,000% knows better than all of us. But what I will say is, until that Fulham game, when you and me, Sean, were on the pump up, then you saw they weren't forced changes. They're like, right, I'm thinking ahead. How can I rotate? What can I do to get the team playing at the same kind of standard? And I honestly think that game against Fulham, we played our best game. And there were a lot of changes there. And obviously, as we were saying, what I loved about that, and as I was saying to you, Sean, it was that element of surprise. Because the Fulham would have been training all week going, right, Richarlison, Son, Kane, Kulu, this. This is how we press the defence without Longley playing because he'll play the same. And he scattered some surprises in there. And it went to show that when it came to shove, he knows what he's doing, when he's doing it. And up until that moment, I was starting to question why aren't we seeing some of the new people? But he quashed all those concerns in the Fulham game without a doubt.
Yeah, nice one. Anyone else got anything to say about Mr. Conte's tactics, or we can move on to the last part of the evening, the very last question, and then we can to wrap it all up. Colin, you got anything to say, my man?
No, not particularly. So you guys reckon Conte is just playing Bentancur and Højbjerg because he knows them from last season and knows he can trust them, even though they're not necessarily our best?
Colin, he's even said Basuma at the moment, fitness-wise, he's there, but understanding the patterns of play and the way we play, he's miles behind because he's just come in. So that's why at the moment he's not even considered competition. Højbjerg and Bentancur, especially Højbjerg, is his trusted one. He trusts the absolute. He'll put his life in Højbjerg's hands because what you see is what you get. He knows it. I think once Basuma gets up to scratch with passages of play, and then you got to remember we're all talking about this, and we're discounting Skippy, who I love. Skippy is back now, so there's another player there. So I think it's getting up to them all knowing the passages of play, and maybe there will be a 3 used at times. So Basuma will get in. It's just like they said, fitness-wise and everything. Yeah. He's there. You saw against West Ham, he looked ropey. Before. Don't get me wrong, at his first start, it's West Ham away, it's a tough game. But mentally and fitness-wise, he looked all there. Just he looked a little bit lost. And then once he got the card, he had to be like, "Whoa, I've got to be disciplined." I think it will take a couple of months for him to get. I think we'll see the best of Basuma after the World Cup when he's got him for another month to say, right, this is what we do, and you can work on him hard. So Basuma will be a star. But at the moment, there's no doubt Bentancur and Højbjerg is trusted too.
All right. I believe you. I feel that.
All right, guys. Last question of the evening. And that is, the transfer window was good enough to achieve our goals this year. And by this year, I mean right now, until the end of the year. Do you think we can... I'll preface it by saying, like, for me, I think that we got one of the toughest opening halves of the season. We got to play all of the top 6 away from home, apart from Liverpool. We had to play West Ham away from home, Brighton away from home, Brentford away from home. We got like most of the top 10 away from home, apart from Liverpool in the opening half of the season. Can we get through? Where would you be happy? And also, where would you be happy for us to be at the break when we go off to the World Cup? Where do you think we realistically can be? Was the window good enough to reach our goals, your goals, and where do you think we can be? And I'll come to Jacob on this one first, my man.
Well, for me, the initial question, was the transfer good enough the transfer window good enough for our goals this year. And I think when you really look at the goals, it's kind of hard to say because the fans are very much torn on what is going to be considered a successful season. But for me personally, the squad is deeper, it's stronger, and we weaseled out top 4. We're seeing some of these other top teams struggle a little bit. I don't want to get too carried away because I can get on the wave of emotion and let the water trickle down me. I can do that very easily.
Okay.
Right. But for the sake of like rational thinking, I'm going to say that, if these teams continue to drop points, if we somehow manage to get 3 points against City coming up like we've done before, I really think that this window is going to show just the depth that we have. We have more games. We have Champions League. I don't think this is enough to do anything if Champions League is our goal. I'll put it that way. It depends like really what your goal is in order to give a fair assessment or of like kind of what you think. But for me, my goal has been to either finish 3rd or 2nd. I know we're not going to win the league. I can pretty much feel like that's a safe bet.
City are too good, aren't they?
Barry, don't sit up now. You ain't going. See, here's the thing: if we win the league, you get double whammy. You got double patty melt over there because it's all working for you. And if you ask me as a fan, I think that very much we could win the league. I mean, mathematically, we're not out of it. Statistically, if you put you can never tell me something is impossible until mathematically we cannot do that. So
if we beat City on Saturday. Right. Do all the Tottenham fans get behind the Tottenham for the league?
No, because half of Tottenham fans are miserable as shit.
No. Jacob, I saw another tattoo bet coming on here with you and me about winning the league. There is absolutely no fucking chance whatsoever. No.
You said those same words about top 4 last year, didn't you?
Yeah, but
a lot of people did.
Than the league. Top 4 is a bit different than the league.
Yeah, true.
Funny.
The World Cup being in the middle of this season, I think, is the monkey wrench in it all. When you look at, like we talked about, Leicester was kind of just like that random thing that just happened, and we were challenging them, and no one else was really fighting hard. I could see something wacky happen at the World Cup, people's feelings getting hurt, some emotions running high, and players and teams of those players dropping points. I could definitely see it. I know you don't got like Salah and Haaland; those guys aren't playing in the World Cup. But for me,
that's true. Haaland's not even playing; he's got the whole of the month off.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. That's the part that scares me, and why, like rationally, I could step back.
Come back in January and be fucking exhausted from the Dubai heat or from the
not Eric Dyer. Not Eric Dyer, because he ain't going.
He ain't going. That's true.
So my thought is this: if we could adequately shut down Erling Haaland, this will tell us a lot about, because really Fulham was our first test with like a solid striker attacking us, and he scored. He almost scored 2-3 times. So we're very vulnerable at that. If we could somehow shore up the calamities we have in the back line, then I think we should be all right, because, hey, if we win 1-0 the rest of the season, we still gonna do something special. So that's an undefeated season, even if it ain't, all flashy and pretty.
We're not until the second part of the season. You don't know nothing yet. Like I said, last year we had Nuno in charge at the beginning of the season. At the end of the season, we have Conte in charge, and we're getting top 4. So again,
isn't there the stat, Alex, that like 99% of the time the team that's top at Christmas is top at the end of the season?
Yeah. Well, again, like I said before, we're not. As I said, I think it's a marathon, not a sprint. And as I said, we've not won anything for a long time now. So we're not at that stage where we can start making these predictions saying that we're going to win the league or anything like that, or do anything at the moment. We have to just wait and see to the second part of the season, because the thing is, though, the World Cup and that's it, really. But all I will say is what has to happen this season is a trophy. It has to happen. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that if we don't win a trophy this season, it's a failure.
Yeah.
Can I ask more of like a philosophical question?
Sure.
Like,
as long as you do it with your hand over your like on your chin, just looking up as talking to the universe as you're thinking.
Now I'm trying to remember what the hell I was about to ask. I go back and forth between my brain, my heart, And quite frankly, we're 2 hours in. My brain, my heart, my cock, they tell me everything I need to know. My chakras are aligned.
It's a good spine. Yeah, it's a good spine. The spine of the team.
And I really, I really struggle with the fact, like, why not? Why can't I believe that we could do anything crazy? They make fucking movies about Rudy. He played one snap in a game, and they made a damn movie about the guy. So it's like, success is very, but like on a philosophical standpoint, what's wrong if fans are like, we're going to win the league? You know, whenever we were top of the league with Jose Mourinho, I think it was in November. I was like, why
until the
not?
Liverpool game. If we'd beaten Liverpool, that was the turning point in our season. If we'd beaten Liverpool, we would have gone on to do something special, I think, that year.
We're never going to win the league under Mourinho. We're never going to win the league. That was
we were top after 15 games, weren't we? 16 games.
No, I'm sorry. I was there. I was watching it, and I was always saying, "This is going wrong. This is going wrong," because all we were relying on was Harry Kane and Son, like we're doing right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be bearer of bad news,
but couldn't you say the same about Manchester City?
I don't think we're relying on Kane and Son anymore. We've had success, and Son hasn't had that much success. I mean, you look at the first match, we had Eric Dyer and Sessegnon scoring.
We rely on our front three, though, don't we? Let's be honest here. And as I said before, Dyer is not a good defender. I'm sorry. He's going to.
Are you saying we rely on our attack for? I mean, everyone relies on some form of attack, right? I don't think it's three individuals. We've got to.
We need the wing. Our wing backs are not good enough, though, mate. You know what I mean? I only got Perisic. That's it. Perisic is okay. I've not seen an absolute worldie from him, though. That's the thing. Like I said, he's doing the right things. Obviously, he's doing the things that a wing back should be doing. But if you look at it from afar, we're not, if you carry on like this, the thing is, though, the way we're playing at the moment, if you're winning, great, take that all day long. But you need to win with that sort of play. You need to win. Yeah. Because as soon as we start not winning, that's when the fire starts losing, you know what I mean? And that's where I sit there and say, because I'm torn between it, because I like good football. Yeah? Right? I'd rather see good football.
When was the last time we saw good football at Tottenham?
Well, a long time ago. Liverpool last year at home. That was when I was excited watching Tottenham. That was good football. That was the best football I've seen.
That was under Conte, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, under Conte. That's the last piece I've seen Tottenham play really well. Very, very good. I've not seen Tottenham play any better than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, we haven't clicked into sticking yet, have we?
But the thing is though, I think I would take us winning a major trophy with Conte if we're playing like this. But if we don't do that and he leaves, it's a failure.
Yeah.
I'm simple and 100% like this. When you've got a manager that's won championships, right, and you don't win at least an FA Cup or a Europa League or like a Premier League, if we're dreaming in the next few years with this guy, we're never going to do it. We're never doing it because no one else is going to come better than him, and you're going to have to overachieve again with the team that we've got. And when you've had Mourinho, who I'd never really rated anyway. And then you've got Conte.
Just got us to a cup final, but whatever.
Well, unfortunately, mate, we wanted Champions League, didn't we? So that was the thing at the end of the day, because he would have stayed otherwise, isn't it? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Unfortunately, the target was Champions League at the time, wasn't it? So,
but didn't he get fired because he wanted to rest players against Southampton or something like that?
That's the point. Yeah. That's the point. He wanted Champions League. We wanted Levy wanted Champions League. Mourinho wanted to win his first trophy for Tottenham.
You know can you blame him? Isn't that the whole like thing that everyone talks down on us the most? Is when's the last trophy? When's the last anything?
I say nothing.
Jacob, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. But the point is, at the time, especially after, I'm not going to go on about that anyway, about Poch anyway, because we've drawn that to death now. But what I'm saying is that the focus was Champions League, because as soon as we were not in running for Champions League, he gone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That was it. Simple. Because the main focus was Europa League, because they knew that if they won the Europa League, that would have been Champions League and a major trophy. You know what I mean? So you know, unfortunately, we're not at that level at the moment. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. And like,
I think we're going to surprise a few people this year, mate. I think that we're going to smash Marseille tomorrow. I think we're going to get a result against Man City. I don't know if we'll win. I'm going to the game, by the way, with Ben and Sim. Can't wait. I'm going to get the coach up.
Well, you're going to see me as well there as well, because I'm there as well on Wednesday.
No, not Wednesday. I mean, man, I'm going up to City.
Oh, mate, you'll have a wicked time on the coach. Okay. You have a wicked time on the coach.
What goes on the coach stays on the coach, apparently.
Oh, mate, banging. I just hope you have the same kind of performance when I went with them last year, the 3-2.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
What goes on the boat on the bus? I don't know what goes on the bus.
I'm excited. All I was told was strictly no streaming. Strictly no.
Can you just get this deluded guy on stream, by the way, Mr. Danny Kuriaku, Mr. Deluded here? You know what I mean? He's calling me out, Mr. Deluded. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, he wants some fireworks, doesn't he, Mr. Deluded? Here we go.
Alex, take Danny's name out of your motherfucking mouth.
I still need to know, Nick.
Here we go now.
Nick, I still need to know when the person at the wedding said, "Is there anyone here that doesn't agree with this wedding?" Did Danny put his hand up?
No, we didn't have that line because there would have been.
Because Laura was clever and had it taken out just in case.
Yeah.
There was a line out the door of people that were trying to stop Barry from getting married. I want a piece of Barry. No,
does anyone here find any unlawful reason why these two cannot be married? And the bun just goes from here to up here.
I'll tell you something though. Guess who was the last one to arrive? You'll never guess.
Wait, let me
know who that is.
Oh, do you know what?
Greek time.
I'm guessing. If my life depended on it, Mr. Danny Kyriakou, yeah. Greek time. He is on Greek time.
Final orders.
How? Do you know what? We were doing the late Spurs show, and at 4 a.m. your time, he was messaging, and I even said he's got up early just to make sure he can get there on time. He's leaving early, and he's still. Oh dear, that guy.
You know why he's watching the stream? Because I'm on it, bro. That's why he always wakes up when I'm on stream, bro. Because he knows that I'll banter him all bloody day, bro. You know what I mean? You know, but like I said, he goes hiding, man. You know what I mean? Because I'll banter him all day long, man. You know what I mean? Sorry, man.
Speaking of bantering, everybody. Unfortunately, guys, I have tallied up the totals from the game, and you all put in a really good effort. But sorry. I mean, I don't know what to say about it.
So you know what it is, Sean? I didn't get the Levy question wrong as a fix. I got the person who's doing the scores to give themselves the win as a fix. I knew there was a fix somewhere.
There's always a fix somewhere. 100%. Guys, we're going to wrap it up right now. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. Help the channel grow. Let me get everyone's channel details up so that everybody can plug. Let's start with you, Danny. What is happening on Tottenham on Tour?
Danny?
What's happening on Brian? What's happening on Tottenham on Tour, my man?
Well, Danny is part of it, so I'll take that as in that's what you meant. I've got exactly the same kind of hairstyle as Danny. The resemblance is uncanny. So yeah, you can find me, Danny, Brian Ireland on Tottenham on Tour. What have we got coming up this week? We've got a few bits coming up. I'm not too sure what just yet because we haven't had our meeting for this week yet, but there will be a lot. We are now 60 subscribers away from hitting 5,000.
Wow.
There's a lot to come from us this season. Obviously, we do our late show every Friday night on We Are Tottenham TV at 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. in the morning UK time. We have Nick, Barry, Sean, Phil, Grant. They will put on a show for you and Rez, doing their show every weekend that we're playing away, which may take a bit of a change whilst Nick is down tools just to go on his bloody honeymoon. Priorities needs to be sorted out, Nick. We'll have. No, I'm joking. Enjoy your honeymoon, brother. But yeah, there's a lot to come from Tottenham on Tour as the season develops. So yeah, that's where you can find me, Tottenham on Tour.
Absolutely superb, my man. Danny said, "Don't forget about Ben Kaufman." Danny, Brian.
Oh, and of course, Jesus Christ, how dare I? How fucking dare I forget my Achi, Ben Kaufman, who has joined the ranks as well.
Oh, he's joined your channel, is he?
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome.
The transfer went in. We crossed the T's and dot the I's. Ben Kaufman is officially part of Tottenham on Tour.
That's superb.
And of course, we have Ryan Isaacs doing his match day stuff and everything, and you'll be seeing a lot more of him. And Amir, we've expanded.
Wowzers. That's absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see those guys over there. Guys, please hit the... where is it? Where am I going here? No, wrong one. Smash that button to try and get him to 5,000 over the next... Well, I don't think there's enough people watching to help you get over that level right now. But if there's anyone here who hasn't subscribed to Brian's channel or to Tottenham on Tour, then please do. What's happening on Alex's channel? Quite a lot, I see.
We're going to the farm. We're eating hay. We're talking about goats. Oh, sorry, Alex's channel. Sorry, Alex.
Oh no, just the usual talking the truth, like I say, talking the truth like people don't want to hear. You know what I mean? And hopefully we see some better performances from Tottenham, so I can be a little bit more optimistic maybe one day. You know what I mean? But like I said, people don't like a microphone in front of Mr. Box Officer because they know that I'm just going to speak a lot of truths, like they say. You know what I mean? So, but I'll hopefully have some contact for you in the next couple of days. You know what I mean? But looking forward to the game again at against Marseille on Wednesday. So please help me out and maybe subscribe to me if you want to do that, if you agree with me or disagree with me or anything like that, because it'd be nice to see you and also see whether we can come to agree or disagree, and that's it. But here we go. You know what I mean?
There you go, guys. Get over to Alex's channel.
Just before you go, Sean, I do have to very quickly drop off. I do apologise. Can't stay for the final few minutes. But
that's okay, mate. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guy. Everyone, see you later. Speak to you soon.
Bye-bye. Nick, my man, what's happening on Shelf Side?
So, first of all, we are 262 away from 1,000. So we added over 100 subscribers last week.
Wow.
Just purely from mine and Rez's watch along on We Are Tottenham TV last Wednesday.
Nice.
I will be on the watch along for the Marseille game with Bob Spur on Wednesday, and we will be back on Thursday, which will be my last show for a couple of weeks, because I'm going on honeymoon, like Brian said. So, we'll be there on Thursday. We were a bit serious last week, and we actually spoke about football for the whole stream. So, obviously, we're not going to do that this week, but we're just going to talk absolute waffle, bruv. So,
nice one, man. I'm sure I'll speak to you, my mate. But make sure you have a great honeymoon. And Colin, you're still with Hotspur Hood, right?
The one and only, yes.
Yeah. What's happening over there, my man?
Oh man, what's happening? What's not happening is a better question.
Love that.
But yeah, there's a little bit of everything. We've got, you've got Chris. Let's talk Tottenham. Actually, I don't want to get into naming individual people because I'll inadvertently forget someone and then seem like a dick. But you've got some wonderful people over there doing some wonderful shows, and then, in addition to them, you have me doing my show that's just above mediocre. And you can check that out really, really late at night.
Is that what it's called? Just above mediocre?
I'm actually changing it. Yes, that's what it's called.
Just above mediocre.
Yeah. And
I love that show. The expectations are low, so you can just have a good time.
Yeah, and that's 100% what it is. I don't have like a schedule. I don't have a scheduled time I go on. But if you go to Hotspur Hood, you subscribe, you hit the little bell, you'll be notified when I go live. Is it going to be at like 3 a.m. your time? Yeah, of course. But I promise it's worth it if you're awake and you just want to.
Bob Spur poos to us in the morning. He's told us.
Yeah, that's so true. Bob Spur, the Bob Spur.
Mm-hmm.
Does a poo watching your show?
Yeah, he tells us every time.
Nice.
So I mean, if there's any kind of
reason,
that's got to be a reason to watch this show right there.
Yeah. I might get up early and do a shit then just to
try it. Right, let us know what you think. Bob Spur loves it.
Nice. Thank you guys for coming on, and of course, last but by no means least, is my man, the cello man himself. What's happening on United Spurs of America, my man?
Well, since everyone was plugging their subscriber count, I'm only like 9,984 away from hitting that 10K. So if y'all want to, 9,987 of y'all head on over to that 10, hit that 10K. We're on the road.
Nice.
No, you can head on over to United Spurs America. We have a little bit of a good time over there. I do pop-up shows pretty much, on the days when Colin is not doing his, because I like to feature over there as well in the Hotspur Hood. But United Spurs America, kind of same thing. You want to hit that bell, you can get the pop-up with Jacob notification. If not, typically Michael and I, we usually do some kind of game recap, week recap of Tottenham stuff as a long-form episode. So you can also check that out there. YouTube, Spotify, we're kind of published everywhere. So
worldwide, international.
I mean, I use that as my argument as to why you should subscribe. Like I always tell people, tell your mother, tell your brothers, they want to watch the show.
All right, guys, that's it from us. Smash that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell with all those guys. All the links are in the description. Thank you, everyone, so much for stopping by on this Monday, Game Night Monday. Love you all. And just lastly, just to remind everybody, I did take the initial first night win, and I'm very proud of that. Love you guys. As always, guys. Sorry. No, forgot to say not yet. I forgot to say thank you so much to the guys from the Super Chats. I think it was Wolvesy and Bobby K as well. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Love you all. Take care. See you next time.